Alright guys, two things you need to know. One, Halo Wars 2 is an RTS. Two, it takes place right after Halo 5 and about a year before Halo Infinite. If you're sitting there thinking, okay, but why should I care about this game? Why should I waste my time playing it? Don't worry, give us 90 seconds and we'll address the thumbnail in a nutshell. So with my boy Cogsworth here starting the clock at 90 seconds, let's get started. So let's address the elephant in my asshole right now. Halo is amazing, alright? With Halo comes quality, enough said. So RTS, what the fuck is that? That stands for real-time strategy. You get dropped on a map, you gather resources in order to build and upgrade your base and army to eventually take over the map, all while defending your base from other maniac players doing the same exact shit. It's crazy, it's chaotic, it's fucking fun. Now, this game is not reflex based, alright? This game rewards experience and time management skills. Noobs take note. So now, a little about the story and the timeline. As we all know, Halo 5 ended on a massive cliffhanger, alright? Cortana, she was evil, she found a ring, and she was humming and shit or something, right? Now, we know that in Halo Infinite, we're gonna be fighting these enemies called the Banished on a new ring that we've never seen before. So that you may ask, where the fuck does that put Halo Wars 2? I'll tell you where. Right smack dab in the middle. And in this game, you command the forces that are on the Spirit of Fire as they battle a new enemy called the Banished and their leader Atriox, and they stop them from ending the world or something, I don't know. The key here is Atriox, right? Because we know in Halo Infinite, you're gonna be fighting the Banished, but it's not gonna be Atriox. It's gonna be some other guy, that guy. And if you're anything like me, you're thinking, what the fuck, man? Just spent the whole game getting to know this guy, and look at him, this is him, kicking the shit out of Spartans, and you want to see him go against Master Chief. So is he gonna come out in Halo Infinite? I don't know, but this game gets you more excited to find out. So in a nutshell, that's why we think you should at least try this game. So now we're gonna go ahead and jump into our review. So Ryan, what did you like about this
So
game?
right off the bat, I love RTS, real-time strategy games. Huge fan of Age of Empires
Yeah.
because I really enjoy the unpredictability that comes with each and every game,
Yeah.
especially with the unique leaders that you get to pick.
Especially with the people coming with their armies and out of
Oh, yeah.
nowhere, and it's just darkness, and you just like
Oh,
in
yeah.
Jurassic Park, you see the glass,
The water ripples and everything like that.
like, what is
Yeah, and you're
going
just
on?
like, oh, all right, it's only 5 minutes in, and
Yeah,
that happens.
the
But
5 minute
again,
mark.
that's what makes it so unpredictable and yet challenging is that not only do you have to adapt to the new map setting, but you also do have to adapt to the players and who their character is going to be. Again, you're never going to play the same game twice.
That's true.
Again, the gameplay is intuitive. The tutorial's very well done. For an RTS on console to have such an easygoing tutorial when you play RTS on PC, I mean, you have hotkeys for everything. I mean, you have an entire keyboard and mouse at your arsenal. Here, you've got what, 4 buttons, 2 sticks, and 4 triggers, and that's
Yeah.
what you go off of. And I mean, they made it work very well and
It's
very
intuitive.
easy to pick up on. It is. It's extremely intuitive.
Definitely.
I love it. So I'm a huge fan of it, and I'm going to continue to play it.
Cool. Hila?
You know, I'm really big fan of one simple RTS, which is Command and Conquer.
Yeah.
This is a great RTS to start with. Command and Conquer, you will get wrecked right away.
What is that weapon called? The laser
ion
beam?
cannon.
I remember y'all keep
That
talking
thing-
about that
Any
thing.
RTS fans, you'll know what the ion can.
No, but like also what Ryan was saying, you know, the cloud of war also, you know, that you can't see what's going on. It gives you that sense of like fear that you want to build whatever you can as soon as you can because you really don't know what they're doing on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
And by the time you're ready, you know, you're just like that guy in Jurassic Park with the shotgun saying, clever girl.
Oh yeah, you just immediately get ambushed and bombarded, and it's scary.
Exactly. And for places you didn't even think you could get attacked from. Like that one time Ryan got attacked from behind. Like it's crazy.
Oh my god! Within like what 10 minutes? Not even 10 minutes. That was
I think it
that was the
5.
Sergeant Johnson, my
Yeah, it was
character that I
5.
love, and that guy did that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But besides that, I also like that this RTS specifically was just super easy to pick up. Like I mentioned
Yeah.
before, Command and Conquer wasn't as easy to pick up, but this one was super easy to pick up. You know, I do love the aspect that they made it so available for everyone. You know, like you could play up to
Yeah.
6 players. You know, versus or against the AI or against other players. You could always do something different.
Yep.
And even the co-op for the campaign is also really fun. I mean, that's only one player, but it's still something that they added that was just an added bonus to this game. And I just love the familiar characters of the Arbiter, you know, the mecha tanks from
Yeah.
Halo 5, you know, Spartans. It was just amazing. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys basically touched on everything. The main thing that I saw right away were the graphics. You know, they're clean, they're bright, they're in 4K.
Yeah.
It looks pretty. There's a lot of detail, whether you zoom out or you zoom in. I love the Halo setting. I love, like you guys were saying, the dynamic. Just
The
like,
gameplay.
yeah, just like not knowing what is going to happen. You know, for even against the AI, you don't have to be playing against humans. Even against the AI,
Oh yeah.
you could be preparing, and like it changes every game. It's really fun. It's a
Yeah,
good
it is.
introduction, like you guys said. It does a good job introducing new people on console
Mhm.
to the RTS genre. I like that you could play the entire co-op, the entire campaign co-op.
Yeah.
I like that it's flexible with online multiplayer, and the characters and powers, like you guys said, like picking a different character changes the gameplay completely, and
Yep.
it's fun. It's really
is
fun.
fun.
It is easy to pick up, and since it's on Game Pass, that's also a plus. We can't ignore that.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So obviously, we're all fans of this game, but like with everything, there's room for improvement. So we're going to go ahead and talk about where we would polish certain parts of the game or where we would improve the game.
All right, so for me, I didn't like the DLC that came with this game. And what I mean by that is that I don't like that only 4 characters were unlocked instead of, you know, the 15 that are available to buy in the DLC store.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have all been available for all players right away because it just makes the game more fun and more entertaining like that. The fact that you're just so limited by just 5, it's just, you know, it doesn't rub me the
Like
right way.
five wouldn't be that bad if there was only 5 total, but the fact that they're DLC and like you're gonna face people that have those anyway after you beat the game.
Also, I didn't like the fact that they added the Blitz mode into the mix. I felt like that was just a whole different game on its own. It had
Yeah.
some aspects of RTS, but not really because you didn't even have a base. Like it was just like 2 games put together into one, which I just didn't think it fit right into it. I felt like they meant for it to be a bigger deal than it was.
It's like if I wanted to play Blitz, dude, I'd pull out the Nintendo 64 and I'd pick the Dolphins.
Oh yeah.
San Francisco.
You're on
NFL
fire,
Blitz.
man. You're on fire.
Yeah.
I prefer the real.
Blitz.
I said the real.
Blitz.
Perfection.
And I also didn't like, you know, I felt because they focused too much on Blitz, because there's so many decks for Blitz, they didn't really put that much effort into, you know, the Halo Wars itself, the RTS function, because there's hardly any upgrades at all for any of the characters.
Thank you, dude. Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean-
like, go ahead, Ray.
Well, I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, you know, like you've played Command and Conquer, I've played Age of Empires, and I mean, you
Mhm.
know, you have numerous units, and not only do your units get stronger, but you also feel a sense of progression because you see your units' designs change.
Yeah, it's
Like-
true, man. Yeah.
Like in here,
Mhm.
they move faster and have more health.
Yeah, that's it. I don't think
Yeah.
there's any actual character design elements that, you know, are bumped up whenever you do upgrade.
Yeah.
But that's probably
Mhm.
one of the main things I didn't like. But yeah, those are the things that I felt like they could have definitely beefed up the game to make it a real solid game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't played RTS games as much as you guys. So I'm coming in with like a kind of fresh to RTS like mindset. And for me, one of the main things for me was the story, is that it just jumped around everywhere. You played through the campaign, dude, and you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like when I went, you know, it also ends on a cliffhanger, but like I read on it Wikipedia, it's a good story, but it just jumps around everywhere.
Yeah, I definitely
You know what
agree.
I'm saying? Yeah. And as far as like multiplayer matchmaking goes, and this, you know, this kind of like goes into play with like DLC, is that they whoop you.
Absolutely.
It's not even fair. You know, you'll be building like your base and you'll think you have a hot
Yep.
start and you'll just out of nowhere, dude, you'll get swarmed, dude.
There's
Like-
you're so limited to what you can do online. Eli mentioned a blitz,
Yeah.
but then you also have team deathmatch, skirmish, and strongholds, and that's it.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
when you're ranked, like you were just saying, like you just get absolutely destroyed. It's because ranking, or whenever you play online, you'll get
Yep.
matched with people who are 99s. Yeah, the entire time.
Easily.
It's just
Yeah,
not
easily.
fun. That's how you just get decimated, and it makes it difficult to learn.
That is absolutely true, which makes it tough. Luckily, you know, like we talked about, like it has flexible options
Yeah.
to practice, but still, if you're gonna jump into matchmaking,
Yeah, good
get
luck.
ready to get slapped around. And my third and final, like I say, needs improvement would be the RTS
Yeah.
controls. We talked about how accessible it is for people on console, but I still feel like I couldn't do what I wanted to do at the time. You know, I was still like
Yep.
struggling on the controller to control the entire battlefield. And it's still a
It-
step in the right direction, right? I just think I want to see what they do with
Yeah,
Halo
exactly.
3, but this is definitely a part that I think they
I
could
agree.
improve a little bit. But that's all I got for me.
So for me, and some of mine comes down to just, you know, again, I am probably nitpicking here, having played and been a huge fan of Age of Empires, but one of my biggest things that I really don't understand is why they don't allow you to have reserve units.
Yeah.
I don't think that really
Mhm.
would crash the game at all. It's an added
Yeah.
challenge, but it's not very like, yeah. And those reinforcements would be super helpful. Another issue with online is players who rush you right away, and it's happened to
Yeah.
us several times.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah, dude.
that's what I got.
All right, guys. All that being said, let's get to the score. We're gonna go ahead and put a number on it so you could gauge how we feel, and I'll go ahead and go first. This game for me gets a solid 7 out of 10. It had a good story. It had good graphics. The online multiplayer was rough,
Yeah.
and RTS games still have a ways to go
Yeah.
on console. You know, I'm not for or against RTS games. But if a game is fun, I
Yeah.
like it, and I really liked Halo Wars 2. So I'm gonna give it a solid 7
good.
out of 10.
For me, Fabian, I want to piggyback off what you said as well. You know, the story was great, but I will also add that because of the replayability, for me, is a big aspect in the game. You know, there's very few games that I play as much as I do with, you know, RTSs, and because of that, I know I'm being a little bit biased here, but I'll definitely give this game a 8 out of 10 simply because of the replayability.
And then just kind of piggybacking off of Eli, you know, again, biased here. RTS fan, Halo fan. I can replay this game over and over again. Never dull, never the same game twice. You're always having to improvise and learn. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 as well, just because not only is the replayability there, but it's a challenging
Yeah.
game, and I love games that challenge you to be thinking on your feet. So I'm giving it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, so altogether, the
Yeah.
channel score for this game of Halo Wars 2 is going to be a solid 8 out of 10, which I think is fair.
That's good.
Cool, guys. And again, guys, this is on Game Pass, so if you haven't already, go check it out. If you're new to RTS games,
This is the one for
it's
you.
fun. That's all we have for you guys today. So if you guys like the video, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps us out a lot. And let us know what you think in the comments. Did you like this game? Did you hate it? Are you looking forward to Halo Infinite? Let's chat. Yeah, we'll have another video out next week, so we'll see you guys around.